Good morning. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, conference. It's a real privilege to be here in Birmingham to address you at such a pivotal moment for our country. Labour is ready to give Britain the clear economic leadership it needs, ready to work with you to drive our country forward. Not just a pro-business party, but a party that is proud of being pro-business, that respects the contribution profit makes to our jobs, growth, and our tax base, that gets that working people want success as well as support, understands that backing private enterprise is the only way Britain pays its way in the world. And mark my words, this is a matter of conviction for me, and I've united my party behind it. This is a different Labour Party, and there's no going back. We're ready for partnership. Nobody criticises the government for not anticipating the war in Ukraine or denies the war was the spark for the cost of living crisis. But the war didn't ban onshore wind, the war didn't scrap home insulation, and the war didn't stall British nuclear energy. And when it comes to economic growth, the verdict of the former Chancellor is right. They've created a vicious cycle of stagnation. And that's why every crisis hits Britain harder than our competitors. So this has to be a turning point. Britain needs a new business model. And that will be hard. Changing a business model is hard. You all know that. Nonetheless, it's time for all of us, government, business, trade unions, to get behind the idea, both basic and radical, that our country can grow in a way that serves working people, that higher productivity can come from unlocking their potential, and that we can work together to put their interests first. This has to be the common goal of our partnership, and it must set a new direction on growth, a new way of governing that at times is challenging our instincts and will challenge our instincts. No more trickle-down experiments. That idea has been tested to destruction. But equally, if the South-East races ahead, redistribution can't be the one-word plan for the rest of Britain. You can grow an economy that way, of course you can. But it's not enough. Working people want growth from the grassroots, jobs that are well paid and secure, communities standing on their own feet, public services strong enough to help them succeed. So I promise you now, my Labour government will care, must care, as much about raising productivity everywhere as we've done in the past about redistribution. We're going to throw everything at growing our collective contribution, our productive capacity in every community. But I want to be clear here. With my Labour government, any movement in our points-based migration system, whether via the skilled worker route or the shortage occupations list, will come alongside new conditions for business. We will expect you to bring forward a clear plan to boost skills and more training, for better pay and condition, for investment in new technology. Now, we can talk about how this is done. Dialogue is at the heart of partnership. But negotiation with trade unions will be part of it. I said at the TUC conference, my Labour Party is unashamedly pro-business. And I say here today that trade unions must be a crucial part of our partnership. But our common goal must be to help the British economy off its immigration dependency, to start investing more in training workers who are already here. Migration is part of our national story, always has been, always will be. And the Labour Party will never diminish the contribution it makes to our economy, to public services, to your businesses and our communities. But let me tell you, the days when low pay and cheap labour are part of the British way on growth must end. This isn't about Brexit. All around the world, business is waking up to the fact we live in a new era for Labour. And while they're adapting, our low-growth model is holding us back. It's why we've set out a new deal for working people that will deliver higher pay, stronger rights, and better work. Not just for social justice, but also for the new reality on growth. Yesterday, I went on the Gov UK website in search of the government's industrial strategy. This is what I found. It says, reading from it, the aim of the industrial strategy was to boost productivity by backing businesses to create good jobs. Was. And scratched across the top is one word, I kid you not, archived. Archived. Doesn't that just tell you everything? The government has archived Britain's growth.